It's John F.
Promise to stay, and I give you my heart.
Sometimes relationship can just be a mirage, sometimes an overdose of affection and reality. In the mix of that, sometimes there are challenges we have to face. And one of those is infidelity. Infidelity in relationship. Can there be healing? My guest today, Carla, will have a conversation around that with a brand new concept that you've never heard before. Trust me, you will love every bit of the next 15 minutes. It's John F. Unscripted. If you are prepared, let's get the job done.
It's John F.
Hello, guys. Welcome back to John F. Unscripted. This is Carla, an amazing personality. Thank you for taking time to be here today because I know that, dragging someone out in Canada on a Saturday, it's a big one.
It's my pleasure.
I appreciate you. So, infidelity in marriage or relationship, can there be forgiveness and healing? So let's start with infidelity. Definition is according to people's understanding, experiences, and all of that. But according to gospel, according to Carla, how do you want to define infidelity?
Yeah, I know that the most common understanding that we have of infidelity is when one of the partners, get involved in sort of entanglement, either sexual intercourse, with someone else.
Yeah.
Who's not their partner.
Exactly.
But my understanding of infidelity goes even beyond that. I have a broader understanding of it, where I would define infidelity as when someone involved in a relationship does something that is opposite or that is not according to their terms.
See that?
Yes. It doesn't have to do with, cheating with someone else, having an affair with another person. No. As long as we have an agreement.
An understanding.
An understanding, yes. That both of us, we agree freely on the terms, and one or two, both of them, of the parties, they do something that kind of breaks this contract. I call it infidelity.
That's deep.
Yes,
I love it.
That's my own understanding. I am a believer in God.
I love it.
Yeah, my faith has I would say, a Christian orientation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yes, we call it adultery.
Yes.
As Christians in the Bible.
Or fornication, as the case may be.
Yes, all this. But to me, it goes beyond. It's breaking an agreement between two parties. It can be two people.
Okay. So basically, having a sexual intercourse, a relationship with another person is not a deal breaker for you.
Well, that depends. If in the relationship it doesn't matter, It's not up to society or to other people who are not involved in the relationship to define what is infidelity or not.
I love it.
Yes.
I love it.
I'm not saying, I'm not encouraging.
Yes, I know. I know.
Anything, but I'm just putting it in the context how I believe it.
I feel it.
As long as the two people involved in the relationship, don't mind.
Yeah.
If they agree on that, if they understand, if they accept it,
yeah.
I don't call it infidelity. But if, for example, the other partner trusted you to pay this thing or to do this at a certain time,
yes,
and you didn't. If you were in charge to pay your children's tuition fees and you don't, if you're in charge to do this or to do that and you don't do it, that's also
or you fail basically in your responsibility. Yes. I believe that a lot of you're just hearing this concept for the first time, and I love it because basically when two people come together to form a union or to embark on a journey or pre-journey, which I call relationship, which is like the pre-journey, the relationship, the journey itself is when you are married or in an understanding, all of that. So these two people come together with a basic definition of how they want to operate, like the goals and the aspirations and things they want to do. So when one of the partner begins to deviate from the reality, that is not being truthful to the values and norms of that relationship in the first place. That is a digression from the reality that brought two of them together. That is a stretch of infidelity. Trust me. I was speaking to someone a long time ago, and she told me that if couple, like they build something together and they've come through a very deep background, it depends on the circumstances. As much as we don't encourage, having sexual understanding with someone else, sometimes that may not be strong enough to alter what they've built together. Sometimes people do that because there's an understanding. You can have a partner that is not sexually active, and he knows that this is a problem. And there are some partners that are not willing to actually work on it. Proud, arrogant, and that's it. And when the other partner goes to do stuff outside, he or she knows that they messed up. So there can be an understanding where they can have a conversation and still continue. But your perspective is amazing, which is when you have someone in your life and the person is trying to move away from what you guys set out to do and achieve, that is a slaughter of the vision, and that's infidelity, 100%. So when that happens, can there be healing?
Well, it's something that happens like many other bad things or things that we don't wish for in life. And yes, there can be healing. To me, there is no fatality in life.
Yeah.
So yes, there can be healing after any and everything.
Okay.
And yes, after infidelity too.
Oh, okay.
But the first step to healing for me is honesty. Honesty, yes, about what happened. What caused it? What are the intentions behind it? For example, the partner who cheated or who broke
an agreement.
Yes. Are they really willing to change or to do something? I think that is crucial.
Yeah.
To any next step. Because yes, we are willing to forgive, to let it behind, but the other person, do they really want to go back again to this agreement? Because keeping forgiving over and over, and the person starts over and over, what's the end? What's the end of it? So yes, honesty,
okay,
to assess the situation, to assess the intentions and everything, and acceptance of the other's imperfection, I would say.
Yeah.
Imperfection that is still perfection. I've come to a phase where I don't see people imperfect anymore. I see people perfect. They can be perfect. How? If they want to improve. To me, wanting to improve, wanting to do better, wanting to learn from your mistakes, is already perfection. So, do you see that? Can you find that in the partner?
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's
and assess yourself. What did that do to you? In terms of, how it kind of wrecked you. How? To what extent? And what do you need? What do you need to, empower you again, to strengthen you again? Do you need some time with yourself? Do you need to, get resourced?
Yeah.
What do you need? And when you have this answer, go for what you need. Healing is all about the self.
Self.
Yes. Before you think of the other person, of the other partner, think of yourself first. What do you need? What can heal you? Go for it, do it. And then, of course, in the healing process, there will be forgiving.
I see that.
Because if you don't forgive, you can't heal. Really. You can't heal. There will be forgiving. But the forgiving, I think, should be the last
stage.
Step. Yes. After you do everything for yourself first. You give yourself what you need. It's like what medication you take.
Yeah.
Okay? What medication you take. And if you do all you have to do for yourself, healing will be more, natural. It will come more naturally to you.
Excellent.
Because it will just be, a step in it. Yes. So yeah, you forgive.
I love it. For the first time, we're having a dimension of infidelity, meaning like a sharp deviation from what two people agree to work on, and that's very true and basic. But then in the few minutes we have left, let us address the general concept of infidelity according to the people out there. We've given them what we understand. It can be sexual, external sexual engagement. It can be deviation from your goals and dreams and stuff like that. But the world believes that the moment you begin to have connection with another person, there are some partners that they're never comfortable with just one person. You know what I mean? They just love to jump from one person, no matter how their spouse is perfect or try to be there for them. They still find pleasure in another person. And my problem is, when that happens, how do we begin to tell people to watch out for the red flags and to move on with their lives?
Surprisingly, I don't find any red flags with that.
Okay.
Because if the person just like to go, from one person to another, I'm not saying that it's normal.
Yeah.
But that's understandable, and that's okay. So now, can you agree with that?
Yeah.
Can you accept that?
Yeah.
And you should not try to force someone who wants to go from one flower to another flower to stay with only one.
Only one flower.
If you want to force or to keep a person like this in an exclusive relationship, the problem is with you, kind of. The problem is with you, because this other person, it's their right to be. Yeah. I think that's the fundamental thing in life. Freedom to be. Let people be. Accept them
for who they are.
For who they are, the way they are. And if you can't do that, it's also okay. Just let them be in.
So basically part of, and that's why I love your definition of infidelity. All of these things must be communicated from the beginning. Yes. What is
must be clear.
Clear, like,
stated.
who are you? Do you love to be with multiple people?
Mhm.
Are you this person that you love different kinds of flower?
Mhm.
I mean, even in this part of the world, people have open relationship where partners can be with whoever, but what binds them together is stronger than whoever they're connecting with. So if you are the type that you love jumping around, let your spouse or your partner know.
No. Yes.
So give your partner the option to choose
yes.
if I want to be with this person or not.
Yes.
This person's values and craft and vision is bigger. I love it. Whatever his sexual relationship is, I don't care. People are like that. So what is now infidelity is when you refuse to disclose that.
Exactly.
When you portray yourself to mean that you are everything for me and I need no one else.
Yeah.
And you begin to now look outside for someone else. That is infidelity. But from the get-go, if you say, hey, look, I sometimes love everything around me, but I'm going to be there for you. I'm going to be this and that. And you say that, and you look at yourself and you feel like this partner has everything I want, just that he wants to be with. Who cares? So the communication has to be basic. It's just like someone who wants to go into polygamy in Africa. Give the spouse the option to choose before you get into
There's
it.
no infidelity.
Don't get into a relationship and you begin to say, hey, I'm looking at someone else. So as long as there is an understanding, so if you want to get into a relationship, find out if your partner likes multiple flowers. And if you're fine with that,
And understanding, agreement, they are not, graved in stone. They change, they can change, they can evolve.
I know.
But keep the other person, the other partner, updated.
But I can say to you that a lot of ladies won't like that part.
I know.
You know that? It's an uncommon conversation.
I know.
Ladies want to have someone and have the person absolutely to themselves. Okay, and
they
like to possess, and that's why the Western world creates a loophole. No, not a loophole, a space for what they call an open relationship. Hey, this is me. I'm not comfortable with one person, but that doesn't change who I am. Okay, no problems. Let's rock and roll. All right. So, and that's it. And when people now find that there is infidelity, this is the final point. Do you expect them to walk or stay?
That depends on what they want.
What they want.
If you're comfortable with it, stay, discuss, change the rules. But if you can't, walk away.
Carla, you're amazing.
It's all about freedom.
Freedom, and we live in the free world.
Yes.
Thank you so much. You heard it from my wonderful, distinguished guest, Carla, the unconventional but smart definition of infidelity. Now you know, okay? Communication, understanding. Always let your partner understand who you are. If you like multiple flower, let it be known from the beginning to not make it a surprise. Okay? And let the person decide to be with you or not. Do not lead them to believe they're only person in your life and later something else is actually attracting you. It's been wonderful speaking to you. Always my pleasure. Thank you.
Honesty is key.
Honesty is key and communication too.
Yes.
Carla, I'm going to keep talking to you from time to time. Please always pick my call.
Anytime.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Bye.
Here. Thank you. All right, guys. That's John F. Unscripted. It is unscripted. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
It's John F. It's John F.
Promise to stay, and I give you my heart.